Hi, I'm Misty and I was on the Jerry Springer Show.
Me and my husband have been married for 4 months, and his ex keeps calling him and texting him and won't leave him alone. They broke up 2 years ago. She had a foursome on his birthday, or on her birthday.
Ooh.
And he wasn't involved.
Yeah.
It was a family member of mine and 2 siblings.
This
and
is
her.
the perfect show. Hold on.
You're the one saying my husband messages on Facebook and...
Honey, he told me to meet him at the dam.
Really?
Really?
At the dam?
How'd he get your
There's
number
no
unless you
cursing
got
on this
hold of
show.
him?
It's Fairbury, honey. Everybody's got the number.
Hi, I'm Keith Trim, and I'm here with Misty Henry and Shane Henry, our local celebrities here who've been on the Jerry Springer Show, and we're here to talk about what it's like to be on TV.
I called for free tickets and called the wrong number, and I heard the answering machine pick up, so I hung up, and a guy named Damon called me back and asked if we wanted to be on the show.
They prompted you?
Yeah.
So it was their idea?
Yeah, it was their idea. They asked if we wanted to be on the show, and I said, sure. And Damon's like, well, does your husband, are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, well, I'm married. And he goes, okay, does he cheat on you? And I'm like, no. He's like, is he abusive? I'm like, no. And so he decided, well, that's okay, because, we don't have to have a true story. They're all staged anyway, so we went ahead and made up a story and got another girl involved, and we went.
Tell me about this other girl. I saw her on the tape. She's pretty good. Who is she?
It's Leah Peasley. It's actually one of his exes.
And she was really willing to go through with this?
Yeah. I asked her if she wanted to go, and at first she thought I was messing with her. So she didn't want to. She kept asking me, are you messing with me? And then when I gave the guy her number, he called her, and she knew that I was telling the truth, and she came.
So, what kind of arrangements did they make? They pay for the tickets and all?
Yeah.
They paid us. Yeah, they paid us $200 to drive from here to Omaha Airport, and then they flew us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then we had to wait for the other planes, and then we flew to New York.
And a driver picked us up in New York and took us to Stamford, Connecticut.
Did you get a fee for appearing?
No, they gave us $200 for the drive from here to Omaha.
$50
and then
for a babysitter
for our newborn.
Okay. So once you get there, how does this go down? How did they plan this all out?
Well, first we talked a little bit, and we all agreed on over Halloween weekend he cheated on me with his ex, and so then we just talked about, okay, well, this is a good thing to say to her. Tell her that she's, call her as many names as possible, go after her. And at first they weren't going to have the fighting involved because I just had a baby 7 weeks prior, but then it got changed to go ahead and fight. And so then that's what we did. The driver picked us up at the airport, took us to the studio, well, the offices first, and then we went to the hotel, which they already had set up for us. All of our food, drinks, cigarettes if you want them, it's free.
How much rehearsal did you get?
Probably about
8 hours.
rehearsal. How long did we rehearse? It was only like an hour.
In the morning?
What? We were only at the place for an hour rehearsing.
Oh, I was talking about. Sorry.
Did they give you lines?
No.
Just a premise.
Yeah, just say, okay, this is what you have to do. Don't make it sound so fake, If she says that you framed him by having a baby, or you, trapped him by having a baby, then what would you say to that?
I just loved your comment. What did you say to her? God. Give me the line. You just had a baby, and I was something like
that.
Yeah.
You couldn't give me anything, and I was
that was just absolutely classic. Is that off the top of your head?
Yeah, kind of. I get stage fright, and so I was really nervous before I went out, and then I wasn't as quiet as I usually am, but I just said it out off the top of my head.
So tell me this: did you get to meet Jerry personally?
No. We met him on stage Like, we got to go see the stage and everything and sit on the stage for a little bit before, like, the show even started. But they do 2 shows a day. And they did 1 show, and then our show is next that they filmed. And the only time we ever got to talk to Jerry was when we were doing our show. And then at the end, shook our hands and said stuff to each of us.
What was it like being there?
It was pretty fun, I think. Like, it was fun being on TV.
Like,
What was he like? I mean, I know you didn't meet him a lot, but you were face to face with him. I mean, was he phony? Was he real? What was he like?
he was a lot more skinnier.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
he did not look like he does on TV.
yeah. I mean, he's kind of, like, he can get kind of rude. Like, he gets pissed off if you say certain words. Like, you're not allowed, they give you, like, words that you cannot say.
There's 5 of them.
Yeah, there's 5. That you're not allowed to say because it makes him mad. And he has to have his makeup done before every show. Because he's, like, ghostly white without it.
So, what's the studio like? Is it big, small? Is it?
It's small.
It looks really big on TV.
There's,
but
like,
when you're
maybe
close-
75 seats.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything I'm not asking you that people might be interested in knowing? Anything that you picked up on, or?
I mean, overall, it was fun. We got out of Fairbury, but at the same time, like, I think that if you're gonna go on a show, in, like, Leah's position, she got to go on the show and act like, you know, she had to pretend like, you know, she just don't care about anybody's feelings and just sleep around. Like, I think that you should get paid for that. I mean, other people do movies and they get paid crap load of money.
Yeah, when she mentioned Fairbury and the dam, I think everybody here knew what she was talking about. Are the bodyguards real?
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, they're big.
I mean, it's all staged, so nobody's really going to do anything, right?
No. I mean, like, Superman, there's this guy, I call him Superman, he's the main bodyguard you always see. He's got the day he was there, he has a Superman belt buckle that he wears. And, I mean, I've heard, like, there was another group of people that we referred to the show. We got paid to do it, refer people. And so we referred this one group of people, and they went, and I guess that the guys actually got into a big fight because they do hate each other. And so that was the plan for both guys going. They just wanted to go to each other on TV. And one of the bodyguards, like, slammed him up against the wall, and he had to get transported to the hospital afterwards.
So there's a little bit of truth to it then, a little bit.
Oh, Jerry didn't, like, the producers didn't even know that they actually had a problem with each other.
Yeah.
They were both acting cool with it just to get on the show so that they could fight on TV.
So would you say, what percentage of the show is phony baloney?
I think pretty much the whole thing. Like, I mean, the only part of our story that was true was about us 3 people together, is that's his ex.
Or you walked on stage.
Well, okay, I wasn't even, like, they kept telling me I was a sweet girl and everything, which obviously they don't know me too well. But, they kept telling me I was sweet, and I needed to go out there and, like, want to, like, beat So, anyways, one of the producer ladies, her name's Javon, she goes, oh, I gotta tell you a secret. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, okay, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Leah told me that her and Shane are talking on Facebook behind your back. And I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, are you serious? And she goes, yeah, but I'm not supposed to tell you. And I was extremely pissed. And she goes, but don't do anything drastic. And I'm like, no, I'm leaving his ass. And she goes, no, don't do it on the show. I'm like, well, why not? This is my show. You know, I called you guys by accident, but same thing, you know, and I agreed to come here. You know, if I want to leave my husband on the show, I'm going to. And she goes, no, you can't do it on the show. Wait till after the show. And so the only part, like, that I feel is real, other than that's his ex, is that, you know, how I really felt. Like, when I went out there and started crying, I mean, that was me, really. Because I was hurt because of what the producer lady had told me. And then...
So she fed you a line to get you to...
Oh, yeah. And so when Leah came out, like, I was about ready to just, like, beat the shit out of her. But we have to sign a waiver saying, like, if I were to punch her in the face and after the show she wants to press charges, she can do that. And the waiver we have to sign is that the Jerry Springer Show will not bail you out of jail, and they will not be held responsible for it because they didn't force you to do that. Just to fight, that's it. But they're not responsible for what happens.
That's interesting.
And so when he came out and I pushed him, you know, I was actually mad because I thought it was real until afterwards she told me she was just kidding to get me all riled up.
So when you left, were you on good terms?
Oh, yeah. We were talking on the way to the...
When we got off the stage, like, she came and sat by me. I was like, what's wrong? And
I went
she would not talk to me. And
until
then,
the lady told me.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that was what's wrong. But
She told me that she was just saying it to get me riled up. And then on the way back to the airport, because right after the show, we had our stuff, we brought our stuff to the studio with us because we stayed the night in the hotel, packed up the next day, and went to the studio. We had our stuff, we went to the airport. Me, him, and Leo were just talking, and I mean, I just talked to her earlier today.
Really? Everybody's got your number because you're a whore? Have you been messaging her?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you just had a baby, and I was horny.
So you take that out on me because I have a baby? It's your baby!
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
You're pathetic. You know that?
We used to have pet names that we
guys.
called each other. You called me a chipmunk, and I called you orange peel. I know, it's dumb, but that was us. What's a chipmunk without a nut?